I think everybody has built credibility on the central bank over the past, few years, and all of us are trying to use the variables put out by the central bank. We are relying on it. So anybody to model their future in, say, for example, I'm giving you example. There's a debate on what should be the long-term energy agreement should be, right? And some are now determined on rupees. Some are determined on dollars. I'm talking about wind power and all this. And for all these models to fix that rate for 20 years to 15 years, the base assumption is what we are going to take from the projections the central bank produces. And for for the betterment of this country, our economy is now forecasted. In that forecast, exchange rate and inflation are two very critical ingredients that everybody will use. And this particular meeting, this video is what everybody watches. And there's a huge hit rate on this, right? So what we are trying to get at is, let's get the model, let's admit that we have off, and let's work to see how close we can get. If it's a 6 months prediction the central bank can give accurately, let's do that.
Yeah, I'm in agreement here because, it is difficult in a country like ours, and we just checked with the Director General. That's why I was on the phone. And she says, what did she say? What did exactly she say? Use the mic.
So what the DG essentially said was that they were hoping to do the HIAs in 2021 alongside the census. Of course, with COVID, they were not able to. So as a result, now with the 2024 census, they were hoping to start work, and that they're working on it to be released later this year. They had done some limited assessments of the impact of COVID as well as the economic crisis, but that's not.
So that means, Dr. Veerapawan, she said that she's finished the data collection and she's now entering the data and so on. But is there no way that you can internally, but that's also not relevant, no? Because what people are seeing is what is out there. No? There's no point in doing something that is not visible to the public. So then that needs to be, if we haven't done a HIS for 7 years, that's a terrible situation. But let me ask you this question, because yes, we need to have low and predictable inflation. We all agree, Right. Then the next question is, do you believe, Governor, that 6%, 5.5% to 6% real interest rate, as it now stands, is too high? Do you agree or you don't agree?
No, real interest is we are looking at from the point of view of future inflation that we expect versus current interest rates.
Yeah,
That's future. What we say 2.75 is the real interest rate gap. 2.75 is the reasonable gap that we see now. But if you look at current rate versus current inflation, that's a different story.
Yeah, so
I don't think, then from time to time the inflation is so much volatile that this real interest is if you look at the last 2-3 years, real interest has been very volatile. You can't have a stable real interest rate when inflation is so volatile. So it's only the fact that for the forward-looking basis and predictability, if we agree with the government, right inflation for this country is 5%, then interest rates will have to be at least some positive real interest rates.
Sorry,
it has to be positive real interest rate, like in between. There's also a debate on neutral rate of interest. It's about, in any countries, for our country, it's like between 2 to 3%.
Yeah, because
right now 2.75.
Most countries that we are competing with is around 2%.
It's 2, and depending on the say, for example, inflation, lower targeting inflation, so 2% like advanced countries, there is even sometimes, say, actual inflation and interest rates are sometimes even lower.
No, I'm talking India, Pakistan.
India,
not Pakistan. Pakistan is not.
Pakistan is not. India is obviously
2.5% in India.
Yeah, 2.5%. We have 2.75.
No, we don't have 2.75. No, that is if we expect inflation. Now it is 8.3. right? That is for the next 12
No,
months.
the chairman, I mean, then can we basically make multiple decision based on current inflation? So then obviously what to say, our
No, I'm not
interest is
talking
too
about
high.
current inflation.
So we should be reducing interest rates further. I
So
mean,
that
this
is the question.
question.
That is the question. That is the
No,
question.
this is a question. I
We've
mean,
been
I don't think, we don't see interest rates should be reduced now, given all the other demand side indicators are quite in line with the potential
Yes,
growth.
strangulating
And-
the economy. These is exactly what I've been telling for the last 1.5 years.
Right, so that discussion cannot
Yeah.
take place now because it's 5 o'clock. We said it's going to be 5 o'clock. And I think we all have sort of converged that we have to have a discussion, technical discussion, to see how we are going to improve this predictability of inflation. We all agree. Do you agree with us?
Yeah,
See,
both supply and demand.
that we certainly agree. So
Right,
I
right.
think predictability and projectioning, inflation projection and any other project, like inflation projection is the most difficult one, as quite rightly Dr. Dushni Veerakorn explained the reasons. And also the fact that we are relying on the 7 years ago, the consumption basket. So I think these are the gaps and weaknesses right now we have to work with. But important one for the economy is that whether economy is not growing at the right place, the credit is not flowing into the economy at the right pace, and also whether exchange rate is depreciating too much or stable, and whether imports and exports are doing reasonably well, and we are earning foreign exchange sufficiently for us to build our resource. If you answer all those questions, I think we are at the right place. This is what is important for the country. That's what our decisions are based on, the outcomes that have an impact on the economy. Not necessarily the inflation 5%, we missed that, it became 2% or at some point 7%. It is a numerical something. But what's important is the impact of the multiples on the economy.
100%.
From our side,
Governor-
this is right monetary policy stance. It has given good results, both bringing inflation of 70% to zero, and then right now coming around below than the target, obviously we admit, but relatively low and stable inflation, economy is growing, right, and currency is stable. We are building our resource, and these imports, exports, and earnings are right. So that is the kind of a KPI and outcome if you want interest in the economy, impact of the economy.
Has this information that you just revealed been communicated that you're going on the 2019 basket of commodities and that has not been rectified, or that there is a lacuna in the information? Has it been communicated to anybody? Or is
It
the
has
first
been
time that
discussed
revealing-
several times. We have discussion with the Minister of Finance, the Coordination Council,
Has
and
it been
also the.
communicated? My
we
question
have
was,
been discussing,
Has it been
so-
communicated? We would like to get to know whether there is a mismatch between the communication and the delivery to that.
No, this Department of Census and Statistics and our Statistics Department have a regular communication every time when the issue of inflation and the issue of GDP number. We always have this communication and discussion, and also we understand what they explain. Because of COVID they could not do, because they otherwise they didn't have sufficient resources to conduct all this surveys and this thing. And all these are the explanations that we are getting from the Department of Census why they could not do this on time, why they have been waiting for 7 years to complete this.
But today the world has developed so fast that you don't need the same time span that was required then.
So that is
Yeah,
that
my
that is
question is what.
that's under the
what
authority of Minister of
member
Finance.
mentioned, it has been communicated that this is a serious lacuna.
Department, DCS is giving its full attention to,
No, not the
Doing-
department. You all as a responsible central bank, have you communicated this? Which
They're
you just
saying-
revealed to us now.
No, they have communicated to the relevant parties.
Relevant party, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking a word from you all whether they have been communicated. Because otherwise, when it goes out from here, nobody will say nobody told anybody.
No,
So I would like the.
No, I can confirm from our Statistics Department and the Department of Census, we have regular communication. We have been discussing this all the time.
So it has not been written or anything like that, because it is a fundamental thing where we are off the mark on information. So it has not been communicated to the extent that you are telling us now. You said that's a major thing and we are totally agree. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The data cap, if we are living, if we didn't bring this up, it would have been still going on. No? So the revelation by you, has it not been told that we are in an antiquated 219 information that we are living on. That's what I'm asking, has been communicated. Yes.
Honorable Member, as you said, this is a fundamental thing, and I think the understanding all around the world is every 5 years at least, this has to be done. The consumption basket has to be updated. So that's general knowledge, Honorable Member, and
No, it's
I
not the
think there
general
is no,
knowledge.
no
I
need
totally
for...
agree. But I'm asking whether it has been communicated. That is what will finally come back and say, nobody told us. That's the way things are going on. That's why I like to know, when you are revealed like this, whether it has been communicated. Obviously it hasn't, but it has got revealed now.
Okay, Honorable Minister, you wanted a question because
I
we
have
gonna-
two quick questions.
Yeah.
This is something that, thank you for the analysis on the credit distribution. I think last time we asked for it and you have shared it. Just to get a view from you, the credit spread, it shows that the personal loans, advances and service sector is counting for about 63%. And the industry is only consuming about 37%. Is this in line with the growth expectations of a country in general? I know it's not probably in the purview of central bank to look at the growth trajectory at that light. That is the spread on the total loan portfolio, and SMEs are only getting about 20% of the total credit at this point. So these two numbers, Governor, in your view, are we there, or should we do something different? Should we push from fiscal side
Yeah.
something?
Honorable Minister, let me propose this to you. There are two issues. I'm just taking a housekeeping matter here. You're supposed to come and see us and have a chat every 4 months. And that is to discuss the functions of the central bank, which is this presentation. Now, part of that is the inflation story. Now, we discussed the inflation story. Inflation story, you have to come to us only if you miss the target. So you missed the target, so you came. We had a very productive discussion. Now, we said we will stop at 5. We have, after 2 things we planned to achieve today, we achieved 1. That is the deviation of the headline inflation. We'll tick that off. But we have a lot more. No. So what I'm saying is, so that we tick that.
This on at the next
Yeah, no,
one as well.
we can tick that off for the purposes of you having come and done that, right? We have further questions, but then that doesn't mean that we don't tick it off. They explained to us. Necessarily, we haven't agreed with everything they have said, but that's okay, right? That's how it works. But the second point is functions of the central bank. So Honorable Minister's question is about credit distribution and all that, and those are very important, and I don't want to rush it in the next 5 minutes. So what we said is we'll take a call at 5 o'clock. So let's take that call at 5 o'clock, right? Because we have lot more to discuss and debate here. And also, let's take into consideration what the Governor mentioned, what Dr. Ratnayak and many others here agreed with, that we'll have a longer session on a technical basis on how this is done, right? So we'll allocate about 4 hours, like a half a day session, right? We'll have a half a day session, and we don't need everyone to come, right? We can have only the relevant people to come here.
The research teams.
Research team, and then the members of the policy board who are sort of directly interacting, supporting the technical team. And then for legal matters, we have to have the 4-month meeting. So if you are willing, we can then do that. So then we can go into the technical matters, further technical matters, and then the credit and other issues.
This is for the technical meeting or for the
Yeah, there are 2
continuation
things, Mr. Fonseca. There are 2 things. Our committee has been deliberating for a long period of time now. The issues with relation to the independent central bank and the connection with the treasury because it is the Minister of Finance or the Deputy Minister or the other Deputy Minister who communicates in the House what you communicate to him. So when members ask questions, there is no central bank there to answer. If you ask the Treasury Minister, he will say, look, this is what I have. Sometimes they may go into some explanation, but there isn't the necessary debate that happens, that should happen. This is the only place that it can happen. And many members have brought the issue that we should have a discussion with also Dr. Harshana Suryaparuma and Dr. Nandalal Veerasinghe, both, to try and see whether we can resolve this matter. Right? Even before you came, one reason we got delayed was we had that discussion here. Right? So I'm being open here, right? So all the members are in favor of that, to have that discussion. So whether you want to do that prior to this meeting that we are planning, whether you want to do it together with that meeting. Honorable Karunayaka is insisting that we have that meeting before we have this one.
So we are fine with anything. If ST is willing to come, and then if we can, we are okay. I think obviously we welcome ST. Obviously in the Central Bank Act, we have a compulsory, mandatory, once in 3 months coordinating council meeting. We are discussing all these things between the Minister of Finance and us. That is happening once in every 3 months, and sometimes even earlier there are issues. And even more regular basis, we have a lot of communication with the SC and us.
See, that happens outside of this committee.
Yeah, correct.
And so therefore, I want to give the opportunity to all members of this committee to once and for all have that discussion. Right? Then we are clear, no?
We are perfectly fine with that.
Okay. That is a meeting with the Secretary Treasury, Honorable Anil Jayanta, Honorable Samaravira. That's it, no?
And the Treasury.
Yeah, and the Treasury people. So we are not expecting everybody from the central bank to be here for that meeting, that we can decide who needs to be here. So that will be the bigger discussion, right? Because I'm only the chairman of this oversight committee. I'm not part of the government. So it is a government's responsibility if they want to change any policy and all that. If they want to change the law, that's the government's job to change the law, not our job, right? But as a chairman, I think it is important that we hear everyone so that all members are sort of satisfied. And then we can continue the discussion on what is legally supposed to happen on the functions of the central bank subsequent to that. Or we can finish that meeting and the same day we can have too long. Right, okay.
So, Honorable Chairman, if you can, what is exactly the agenda? What are the items that we are supposed to discuss with the Minister of Finance and us?
Yeah, so Minister of Finance is not a technical discussion. It's a sort of a policy discussion, right? And because the issue is, lots of people here, members ask, the objective of us, is to make sure that this country's economy grows and all of that, right? And is a central bank supportive of that? Does the law prevent you from being supportive of the government's intention of increasing growth, reducing poverty, all these things that matter to all politicians of immaterial or the political parties, right? So that's a policy discussion. Why did we do this? Is this right? What are the experiences of other countries? Is this good or bad? So there is no technical stuff. It's more of a discussion debate. That's the agenda for the 17th, right? And then the next day is the legal requirement for you to discuss the functions And in that,
of this meeting. Continuation of this meeting.
well, not this meeting. This meeting is done. Because this meeting is, no,
Second part.
second part.
Yeah.
Second part of this meeting.
Part of this meeting.
Are you going to fix date for that as well?
We'll look at.
Yeah, statutory requirement is the second part of this meeting. Right, so then we will approve the report on the headline inflation. No, we have to submit it to Parliament. Yeah, we have to. I mean, we are approving in the sense, I mean, the observations have been made, I mean, there is nothing,
Receive the report.
we have received the report. We have received the report, that's what it is. No, we are only saying we have
No,
received.
there
the-
is no need, I mean,
Let it be whatever the principal part, but I would like to discuss it.
okay.
Right, I mean, we
I mean,
will certainly say,
submit, and we can submit.
no, we will submit it, I mean, it is. I
It
mean,
is a legal
No, no, I
requirement.
mean, we have made observations here, no?
Yeah.
We will make those
It doesn't
observations in the
necessarily the committee
submission.
to approve or not.
There is nothing to approve, you have received the
We are
report.
submitting it to the parliament.
Yeah,
You can make reservations, that's why.
yeah, that's fine. Right,
So one other thing, on Jan 17th, you don't need board members, right? It's only myself, ST and our officers.
I mean, whoever wants, I mean, whoever is relevant, I mean, we
Right.
don't need the entire contingent
Okay,
on the
so-
17th.
We will invite some members. Yeah.
Yes, whoever you think
It is
is,
more of like an open debate on this ambiguity of, what we are doing is right or wrong as a country. I mean, it's not to find faults at anybody, it's to
Right.
understand how the other developing countries have done. Is it the role only confined to inflation?
Right.
How do we work together with, fiscal and the monetary? So that
Sure.
kind of.
yeah, and also I don't think it need not be open to the public, it's
Yeah.
just a closed door meeting.
Just for knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's a good topic to discuss. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Governor. Thank you very much, members of the board. Thank you, all the officers. Yeah, yeah, we have no other matters. We are adjourned.